Welcome back to my channel. And I know I've been gone for a little minute, y'all, but we got to feed these children. I said, why not go live with my internet family? So welcome, y'all. Welcome. And if you are new to my channel and this is the first live you've been able to catch, welcome in. But I want y'all to let me know how y'all have been doing, what y'all got going on this Saturday, because y'all see what I'm doing. I'm in mom mode. And y'all, I have been wanting some, what is it? I call it meatballs and gravy. That's what we say. So meatballs and gravy, super easy to make, and my kids love it. So that's what we're doing. Meatballs, gravy over rice. And we're gonna be making some homemade gravy y'all today too. So if you don't know how to make homemade gravy, stay tuned because we're gonna be doing it today. Y'all, I'm not in no super rush to be cooking, so I am very relaxed, happy to be off on this Saturday and again on live with y'all. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. You know what? I need the trash can over here. Otherwise, Leah, you'll slide the trash can right here for me. Y'all know I'm one of the ones that are always, hey girl, I've been doing so good. It's just I've been busy. And I said, you know what, let me come on because I have missed y'all. I'm telling you, I get up in the mornings and I be like, oh, I miss our early morning lives. I miss our cooking lives. But one thing about it is you kind of got to go with the season that you're in. So if that season you're in is busy and you don't have time right then, it's okay, go with that. But y'all know your girl ain't been, I was gonna come back. I was gonna come back. It's just I haven't been able to be on live for a minute, but I've missed y'all. What y'all got going on this Saturday? For me, I was like, you know what? My kids have been wanting the meatballs and gravy. And I said, let me cook. Let me cook a home cooked meal. Because one thing about life is it can get busy. And Lord knows cooking be the last thing on your mind. You be like, it's just Operation Feed the Kids. It don't have to be meals that are multi-step process, you know, but just cooking a home cooked meal on this Saturday. I've been working on some content since early this morning. A grandma in November. OMG. A girl or boy. That's so exciting. Y'all, and y'all know I just love little babies. And I ain't seen no itty bitty baby in I don't know how long. So that's exciting news. But we're doing meatballs and gravy. And it's ended up being such a beautiful day too outside. Find out next week. Oh, that's exciting. What you want? Are you hoping for a girl, a boy, or it doesn't matter? No preference. And y'all, for my meatballs and gravy, I like to add bell pepper and onion. They found out next week. You want a girl, a boy, don't matter which one. Y'all, with me, you know what? I always wanted to know because I'd be like, I need to prepare. I need to buy stuff. Had a baby in 18 years, okay? I always wanted to know. I could never stand the suspense. You know, I think I'm gonna sit down. Excuse me. I stand up enough, y'all. I'm gonna have me a seat. I told you we cooking today, but I'm not in some major rush. So we're gonna get it done. It's a quick meal. But I could never wait. And you know what? That too. Curiosity kills the cat. Because when hey, how y'all doing? When I was pregnant with my son, I was like, no, my dog, he know he's in timeout. Timeout, go. He's like, no, I'm not going. I know you on live and I'm coming out. But my son, I was like, you know what? They have the new 3D ultrasounds and you can, you know, they advertise it like, you know, find out earlier what gender you're having. And y'all, I went to that center and it was like a private, like little ultrasound place. So I went there and did my ultrasound and they're like, oh, congratulations, it's a girl. Y'all already had 2 daughters. So I was like, no, this is not what I wanted. And I think I was like 14 weeks pregnant. And you know, you kind of find out anatomy. You have your anatomy scanned around 20 weeks. So this is me trying to find out early and end up being told the wrong gender, y'all. So for like weeks and weeks, I'm up here not feeling all happy about it. Like, oh my God, I'm about to have 3 daughters. And come to find out, when I actually waited for my anatomy scan at 20 weeks, you know, they were like, no, you're having a boy. And I was like, oh, yes. So, yes, that's how that went. So, I would say wait closer to your 20 week or go to somebody that's experienced. I don't know what happened with mine, but I know I had weeks of I shouldn't have even did that because I was like, I did not want another girl. I was wanting my boy, and God was like, you gonna have your boy, but that's what you get from trying to find out early. When you got pregnant, was it a pleasure or did you plan it? I was married, so of course we planned our child. So yes, what y'all been doing? I have missed y'all. And if y'all are new to my channel or just jumping on the live, make sure y'all come look at Leah, y'all. Come on, say hey, Leah Lou. Lee Lou.
Hey.
Hey, y'all. So I have missed y'all, and I said, you know what, let me come on and just catch them up with life and where I've been and where I am and what's going on. But y'all know, of course, in mom mode, mom always, mom first, and then everything else come after that. Like and subscribe. I appreciate you, girl. Yes, life has just been life, and new job, new, just everything, just settling still. Because y'all know I'm still, what am I now? May, June. So about 14 months in life after divorce. Somebody said, hey, Talia. And just adjusting. And I'm telling y'all, like, people think that the divorce is just like sign the papers, it's done. You have to literally adjust to a new life, and it depends on how long you were married. Now, if you're like Kevin Gates and Brittany, y'all were only married for 30 days. It's not a huge adjustment, but I was married 8 years, and it's an adjustment. You know, a new state, my children, new school, new everything, and remember, it's a process. So I'm telling you to be patient with yourself and go at your own speed. Go at your own speed. There's no like give yourself, 60 days, 90 days. It should happen in 6 months. Go with how you feel. And I am such a go with how I feel woman that I'm not going to be rushed. I'm not going to feel bad about if I move faster than Mexican music on something. If my mind is made up, I'm going to move on that. So make your own sound decisions that you can live with based off of what you're feeling, not somebody else's opinion, someone else's judgment. Like, we ain't doing that. So y'all just enjoying. And two, I feel like in life after divorce, I've really just been pouring more into the things that are just my baseline, my children, my home, my spiritual, physical, and mental health. Those are the things that I honed in on, because remember, you can't do everything. You can't control everything. So figure out the things that you need to pay attention to, and then all the other stuff, give it the energy as you have it to give. And that's what I've been doing. But I can say the adjustment, it's going great. I mean, it's as to be expected. You know, God is good. I'll say that. God is so good. I'm definitely in a season of thank you and just gratitude, because the more you give thanks for things, the more things and blessings come your way. So know how to count your blessings and not your losses, and the things you lost along the way. Count your blessings. You got to know how to be thankful. Y'all know when we teach our children to say thank you, gratitude, they get more that way. Same thing in life. When you learn to count your blessings and not just call on God when you need them, just say thank you, God. Thank you for a new day. You know, more blessings seem to pour your way. You know, I'm trying to cut these bell pepper a little bit smaller because I did 2 packs of the 5-pound ground beef. And then, y'all, let's talk about the price of ground beef. The price of everything. But I'm doing 2, I can't remember if that's the 2-pound. I think they're the 2-pound ground beef, not 5. Because I like leftovers, but I don't want to have it where we eating on it for a week straight. So tomorrow, I'll make barbecue tomorrow. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see how I prepare for the grill. Look at my baby. She like, Mama, we supposed to be doing something tomorrow. I may get up early and barbecue. You know, my mom have no problem getting up super early. Y'all know I like to get up early. I'm an early riser. I don't have no problem with it. But just going at my own pace. Going at my own pace, and I'm happy to do it. And I'm happy to be back with y'all. That's why I said what y'all got going on this weekend. I want to hear from y'all. I missed y'all. Y'all know, again, your sister ain't gonna be gone that long. And if Tan is MIA, know that Tan is standing on business. Ain't that what they say? Standing on business. I like bell pepper and onion in my meatballs. So, bell pepper, onion, and we're gonna make some homemade gravy. And we're gonna make it over, we're gonna put it over steamed rice. So I'll be making my rice as well. You know what? I'm not gonna do too many bell peppers either. Like I said, I want them kind of fine, so the girls, and man, when I tell you my kids love meatballs and gravy, this is one of their dishes, including what is that one they've been talking about? They love the Alfredo. They love my fried chicken. Look at my baby has some oxtails. Yes, and they love oxtails. And in the mornings, if I do the fried egg and what, shrimp or steak?
Both.
Both. I knew you were gonna say that. Both. So I always say I'm not a chef. I'm just a mama that be cooking for her kids. And moms, that's what we gotta do. Let your kids see you in that kitchen. And honestly, these days you kind of get tired of the same old burgers and fries. Like, oh my God, y'all. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you tired of it, you tired of it, and you start wanting something different. And we're definitely there. Just want a home cooked meal. And that too, in mom life, the objective is to feed those kids. So don't be feeling the pressure of coming home doing some 3-course meal with baking a cake. Mama, if you worked a long day at work and you came home, and I don't care if you made bologna sandwiches, you fed them kids, so your job is done. So hey. You know what? I do have a little kitchen gadget where I'm supposed to put the onion and bell pepper and just push down on it. But I'm old school. Look at my baby's house. There it is over there. I'm old school. It's all right. We're going to keep on doing it the way that's been working for centuries, okay? But don't put too much pressure on yourself is what I'm saying. It's okay in this season to just go with it. As long as those kids are happy, clean, and whole, hey, and fed, they good. It doesn't take a whole lot to, you'll be surprised. Kids, like I said, it's more about your presence than your present that you're giving them. Just showing up for them. My children, I've always taught them to be very appreciative. So even when I cook, y'all, my babies will literally be like, Mama, thank you, Mama, for the food. Thank you, Mama. Like, you know, and I make sure that the respect that I expect from them, I give to them as well. So my babies are very, very respectful, and I love that, and they're so thankful. And that's why they mama don't mind. If it's been a long day and mama say she gonna take you to Six Flags, if I say I'm gonna take you to the movie, they know their mama would live.
Gonna take you.
I'm gonna do just that. So I'm a mama of your word. Be a mama of your word too. And we all know or probably have had situations where somebody have promised us something and didn't deliver. And Lord knows it's about honesty too, and transparency in motherhood. So if something does come up and you just can't, you know, keep your word, just talk to your children. Remember, they're human. They can rationalize if you just explain along the way. You know, that's what I do with mine. And like I said, God really blessed me to have some amazing children. And I love them. And Lord knows I'll give my last, my first, my everything. I always say that being a mom is one of the titles that I'm most proud of. I wear it like a badge of honor to be someone's mom, someone that look up to you, they love you. It's an unconditional love too. Parenthood is it's a love that you don't know until you know it. And if you've been blessed to have children, remember to look at them as blessings. They're meant to teach us, stress us, and stretch us. But some of the most proud moments, tears of joy, tears of pain, if you know what I mean, during childbirth, honey, if you know, you know. Unless you had that good epidural. But before it, I'm sure you remember them contractions. But we'll do it time and time again for our babies. Time and time again. Oh, y'all, I can't wait to eat. I wonder about it. Normally when I do meatballs and over rice with gravy, I do like string beans. I may, but y'all, my sister's tired, so if I at least get to point A, I may be happy with it. We'll see. And I'm almost needing a new set of knives, y'all. Or you know what? Actually, I got a knife sharpener. I need to sharpen it. And I'm trying to tuck my nails in because remember, we don't want to cut our fingertips here. So I'm just trying to dice them kind of small because I'm not making huge meatballs. They're gonna be kind of medium sized. I'm hoping to have probably about, because when we fix our plates, I normally put about 3 to 4 meatballs on a plate if they're medium sized. And then this is where you have to do mom math, right? This is the intention of how many plates you're making and wanting to have leftovers. I definitely want to have some type of leftovers. And then we'll see about grilling or if I want to grill. But I am having a taste for some jerk ribs, y'all. My jerk ribs don't be playing. My kids love my barbecue too. Talia's over here like, you know, but they're the reasons. I always say in a relationship, you know, when you're in that courting stage, you'll make a man's plate, or a woman you may cook for, pull out the red carpet. Don't forget to do those type of things for your children too. Y'all know I'm a mom that'll make a basket in a minute. I make their plates. I leave little notes for them. Y'all, I love the feedback from my kids. I love to see them smile. And I always say, like, I always want them to talk about the mom they actually had and the mom they wish they would have had. I had a loving grandmother. I had, even my biological mom, I mean, she did all she could, and stuff that she was good at doing, my mama knows she did it. She got it done. Like, my mom would come over my house, y'all. My mom is, my biological mom was very clean, very organized. My daughter's name is Talia too. Girl, if she a Libra, like Leah's a Libra. You know what? Actually, my mom named my daughter too. When I was pregnant with Talia, I was trying to still think of a T name because I was like, you know what? I just want to stay in T's. You know, after me, I want my baby's names to start with the same letter. So I remember being on the phone with my mom when she lived in Houston and I was still in Atlanta. She was like, Tan, I met this lady today and she said her grandbaby name was Talia. And I thought that name was so pretty. And when she said it, I was like, Mama, I like that name. Let's go with it. So that's what we did. Named her Talia. And my mom named her. And it's funny because Tiana's name, I remember I was pregnant and I was sitting watching television at home. And the commercial came across the television, was like, Disney's first black princess, Princess Tiana. And I was like, oh, Disney's first black princess. Mine's thinking like, okay, girl. She's an Aries. Oh, girl, my sister's an Aries. Headstrong, headstrong. And I was like, Disney's first black princess. Yes, that's my baby's name right there, Talia. And I mean Tiana. And that's how I named Tiana. And then I was gonna name her with a single N. And then my aunt was like, Tan, I'm a Leo. Love you from Jamaica. Oh, love you too. Okay, Jamaica now. My aunt was like, Tan, name her with a double N, like my grandmother that raised me, Shirley Ann. So I was like, okay, auntie. So my auntie ended up making me name Tiana with a double N. But it's just so funny, you know. Definitely the influence of our family and our lives and our names. And these are stories that you definitely want to make sure you let your kids know about. Leah, you knew Grandma named you, right?
Yes.
Because I've definitely always told her. And I'm sure that Tiana knew about my aunt with the spelling of her name. And you know what? Oh my gosh. Tiana was another one, I think, actually, that I had a sonogram and they told me she was a boy. Now that I think about it, do you remember the name I told you I was going to name her?
Something with the T.
It was with the E. So actually, yes, I thought Tiana was gonna be a boy too. I think they told me she was about to be a boy on the sonogram. Yes, that's what happened. It was like an early ultrasound, and they was like, "Yeah, it's a boy. It looks like a boy." And I was like, "Okay, I'm about to have a boy." And I was like, I literally did her scrapbook and everything. I made it through 2 scrapbooks. After the second child, I wasn't doing no more scrapbooks. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna name her Elijah. So even in her scrapbook, it was like, I literally had that name in there. Do you believe in evil spirits or any kind of thing like that? I believe in good and evil. Yeah, I believe some people are just evil. I do believe in that. But yes, they gonna tell me that Tiana was about to be a boy. Y'all, so you see, they've been steering me wrong all along. The only one that was right was Talia. Talia. But again, I was happy with whatever. It's a blessing to be a mom, and I was ready to do what need to be done. Did I say I was prepared? I was gonna do it. Whatever need to be done. Hold on, y'all, gotta get a different knife. A different knife for my onion.
I know how to cut it. You cut it at the top, and then you chop it, and then you cut it.
Oh, that's if you're doing like you can do that way if you're doing like the little circles in a way.
Yeah.
But I'm dicing, so I normally cut my onion in half.
Yeah, you cut it in half, and you cut it, and then
Yeah, you know what mommy do, don't you, Liz?
Yes.
Y'all know some kids are interested in what's going on in the kitchen, and some that you won't hear her voice. She is not interested. She's only interested when you're ready to say, "Ready to eat, girls? Dinner's ready. Food ready." That's the time that you're going to hear and see her. But other than that, honey, child, my baby ain't with it. But I love to have my kids in the kitchen. Shoot. And cooking is a survival skill. But growing up, my grandmother, she cooked. She plated my food. Oh, hey. How y'all doing? Y'all missed y'all so much. I missed y'all. What have y'all been doing? And y'all let me know in the comment what state you're from. What state you're in. Y'all, Georgia has been having rain. And I'm thankful for even the rain too, though, because again, we need it.
It's mostly in the
right.
It's
and
not really in the day.
In the daytime, right? Which we happy with that if it's rain at night, because y'all know what I'm gonna say. We sleep well, we sleep good when it rains. So y'all make sure y'all give me a thumbs up on the video. Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, UK. Okay. That's right. Y'all know I'm in Georgia. And do I have a southern accent? Y'all could probably hear it though. Probably hear that southern accent. Cleveland, Ohio. Y'all, it's 9 people. Let me know where y'all from. We got Cleveland, Ohio. We got the UK. And y'all, that is the beauty of social media, like bringing people from all around the world together. Yes, and I just love that. Oh my God, I told y'all it's literally been raining, and now I hear thunder. So I hope y'all, our service stay good. So let me go ahead and cook real quick so we could be eating while it rain in the bed, twinkling my toes, rubbing my feet together.
It stopped.
Like glitchy. Oh, that's beautiful, Mama.
Okay, I have to cook now.
But the rain, I've been enjoying the rain. You gotta learn how to find beauty in everything, y'all. Because if you only looking for beauty in specific things, then you gonna just be waiting. Then I said, you know what state I'm in? Yes, Michigan. I know, girl. I remember. You changed your profile picture. That's the only difference. Yeah, I feel like I've been gone forever. Uh-oh, y'all, these onions about to have me crying on here. Gotta buck your eyes. But, yeah, I've been just working and momming and thank you, Leah. You know, I hate that. I don't know why it's a glare today. Can y'all see that glare? Or maybe I just need to. Nope, that is not gonna work either. It's a glare regardless. My phone ringing. Why my phone ringing? Look at me talking why my phone ringing. You know your phone be dry when it ring and you question it. Like nobody been out knock on my door. Cause if I'm not expecting company, I'm like, who is knocking on my door? Besides Amazon or something. So I don't answer no door, no answer no phone if I'm not expecting no calls from nobody. But honestly, y'all, just been locking in, you know, catching up on content. Like I said, I got so much stuff that's coming y'all way. Locking back into my internet family now that things are just, you know, when you go through transition, you kind of got to get used to the new. And then you go back to incorporating all the things that are just you. And y'all know I love, 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 love sharing with my internet family. Like I said, even if I haven't been on, I literally wake up and I be like, man, I want to go live. I want to talk to y'all. So, hey. Yes, I did. Acting like you, okay? I do know you. You just changed your picture. You know, but because that's how we know each other too on like lives and stuff. I get used to your I can see your names and stuff, of course, but I look at your pictures too. I get used to your pictures, and that's why I really don't change mine as much either, because I be like, y'all get used to the picture that I have, profile picture. All right, I'm trying to make these onions where they're not too big, but they don't have to be diced as small as the bell peppers, so I'm okay with that. There's plentiful. And these onions definitely got your sister frying. Okay, so I put the ground beef already in my bowl. So I'm gonna season, and then we're just gonna add our season our ground beef, and we're gonna add our onions and bell pepper. I'm gonna mix them up, and I'm gonna put on my gloves to do that, and then I'm gonna roll them up into little balls. And I normally just kind of fry them really quick on all sides. Y'all, it look like it's about to pour down. So your sister gonna be eating good and in her bed. Because there's a girl, look at my baby, she know me very well. Which I don't watch a lot of TV though, but there is a movie that I loved during the pandemic, which was called Platform. And I think it's a dub movie, but it's one of those ones that get you to thinking, y'all, these onions, oh my God. So I'm rolling my eyes, that's why. Platform. And then the other morning, y'all, I woke up and it was super early in the morning. I could hear the TV going. So I'm like, okay, the girls must have fell asleep with the TV on. I go in Tiana's room. She's literally up watching a movie at like 6 in the morning. And it's Platform 2. And I was like, I looked at the TV, I was like, oh, they got a part 2. And she was like, yeah. I was like, okay, that's on my list. So the next movie that I finally sit down to watch, that's it. So I'm going to be eating my plate of meatballs, gravy and rice, and watching Platform 2.
You remember all the details?
From the first movie?
Yes.
Yes, because I watched it more than once.
Oh.
When I say I love that movie, I love that movie. Have y'all seen Platform on Netflix? It's I guess I could tell y'all what it's about. I'm not gonna tell you the movie, but it's like a I don't know if I should tell y'all. I'm gonna say check it out. It's a movie that really gets you to thinking about one, what people will. Do y'all hear that thunder? So let me speed up. So what people, you know, like I don't want to say like survival mode. Oh my gosh. You know, if it's limited supply of food, will people really start eating people? You know, how if you only take what you need, how maybe it can be enough for everybody versus people being greedy and taking more than what they need. And that's why things are not, you know, it's not enough to go around. So it's a movie that really gets you to thinking if you really start to catch the message under it. Oh, and you know what? Speaking of movie, did y'all see Straw? Did y'all see Straw? I need y'all to let me know in the comments. And y'all, I hate that glare on the glare. So maybe if let me see if I can move y'all around a little bit. It'll decrease the glare. So did y'all see Straw? Let me know in the comments. Y'all, I saw it, and let me tell you, your sister definitely cried. So that's another movie that I'm gonna say definitely watch. It's a must watch. So I think literally I did the things that I need to do early this morning, and now I'm gonna cook, and I'm about to go catch up on me some movies. I'll step out, but I'm really not a super just, I need to go out woman. Like, I love being at home with my kids. I love it. Love it, love it. So Straw, y'all put that on your must watch list. Straw and Platform. And there is a 2 now. I just found out about it. Y'all make sure you saw it too? Make sure y'all check it out. Y'all, those have been, Straw was a tearjerker for me. It was like, man, a lot of this stuff I could just feel with my heart. And I'm not gonna tell y'all the movie for the ones that haven't watched it, but just know that you may need your tissues. You may need some tissue to dry your eyes. Let's get some black pepper up in here. They did, girl. Why? But you know what? So many people, like, and the thing about what killed me about it was like the time frame. So people never know what a person's going through. So you may be a person that like to be difficult, but you don't know how many other challenges, obstacles that person had in a day. And that's one thing that I definitely noted about it was like, dang, all of this is happening in the span of one day. Like, that people really be on the verge of their breaking point. And that's why they say in nursing, like, you never know what people are going through. Just in life in general, we say it. But nursing, you're not judgmental. We don't do anything with judgment. You empty your pockets and you just treat each and every patient individually. You never know what people are going through in their life. And I can tell y'all that that's the way that I nurse. You know, I empty my pockets. I go in. I take care of my patient before me, you know, and you listen. You know, people like to put their judgment on other people's experience, other people's, you know, what they're saying. Don't, you take it as what it is and what they say it is. You never know what people are going through. Well, if you're in pain, you're supposed to do this. No, some people have a different pain tolerance. Your level of pain and theirs is not the same. So, y'all, I'm old school nursing, okay? And what I can say, kind of even being back in the field, I think nursing has, I don't think nursing itself has changed. I think the mindset of nurses have changed. And that to me, I say that, y'all, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry, y'all. If you not sneezing, your food ain't seasoned. So I guess my food is well seasoned. Y'all know I'm gonna say that. I'm from Atlanta. But let me get my gloves really quick. But y'all, like, I don't know. I just think that people are just, man, people are changing the mindset of people. You know, nursing is one of those that, man, you got to have compassion. You got to want to do it. Because if you are in a job, thank you, for just the money, then you're not going to have enjoyment in that job, you know, on days where it's tough. When it's tough to do, you got to have that love in your heart and that compassion to just push through and not half do. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a nurse that I'm not cutting no corners. I'm not, like, I can't even sleep good at night. If I knew I should have turned somebody or they needed something, I can't do that. So me, I'm gonna give it my all. And remember, your best is good enough. So I can sleep with myself at night when I know I've done my best. And that's why I always too, I remember when I was giving birth to Tiana, I had such a great labor and delivery nurse. You know, a first time mom, you know, just scared. This your first time having a baby. You don't know what to expect. Hey, welcome in. And y'all give me thumbs up if y'all new in the chat. You know, just not knowing what to expect. So that nurse saying like, hey, you know, actually giving me her shoulder to lean on, literally during my epidural. I remember like literally leaning my face, my body onto her, you know. And now, of course, post-COVID, nurses are scared. Everybody got the heebie-jeebies and Ebola, right? But remember that they're human. It's okay to give a hand. It's okay to lean a shoulder. It's okay. Like, you got your PPE now, okay? You got, if you need a mask, gown, and gloves, get what you need. But, Taz, no. Don't be afraid to know that people may just need your touch, your physical touch. My dog is like, Taz, relax. Anytime the girls start playing, my dog is like, he get all kind of excited. But that's just how I nurse. I nurse as if that was me, what would I want? If that was my family member, what would I want? You know, what would I want for them? And, you know, and that's how I let that govern my actions as a nurse. And then I remember when I lived in Texas and my grandmother was here in Georgia. You know, she has doctors that she's seeing. She's older, you know, different things. And I just like, man, if I care for somebody else, family member, and do what I need to do, you know, a nurse somewhere is going to be taking care of mine. But I don't know. I love nursing. I'm okay with being the change too. You know, I don't conform to what I see other people doing. Remember, in nursing, we say we're a patient's advocate. We're there to be your bridge between medicine and what you're needing, your care. You know, so I love it, and I thank God for it every day. And I thank God for letting me be a part of the good fight. That's the same way I was as a nurse. I think about my family being in that position and how it wants someone else to take care of them. Absolutely. You know, and that's what it drives me. I'm like, man, this is somebody's child. This somebody's son. This somebody's daughter. This somebody's mama. This somebody's dad. You know, so, you know, take care. You know, if they're alone, a lot of times too, like I said, when I was having my baby in the hospital, that nurse, you know, I was scared. I didn't know what to expect, you know, and granted I had my grandmother was there. Eventually my best friend arrived and stuff like that. But if you don't know medicine, the beeping, the buzzing, the medication, everything can be scary. You know, so in nursing, I make sure I'm that nurse that's explaining things. And my favorite line is like when they first come in, I'm not gonna say line, but yeah, it's what I like to make sure they know. It's like, hey, this is how you can reach me, because you're in a room by yourself and in labor. Remember, you can't get up, you can't do this, you can't do that. You have different leads on you and stuff. I say, you know, this is the button, you know, to the nurse's station. Let them know if you need anything, if you need me. And I say, in last resort, scream. You get more people in this room than you need. It be help. So I was one of those nurses that gonna let you know. If nothing else, if they ain't answering that button, scream. You're going to get more people in this room than I'm sure the health department would want, than code would allow. But I nurse from a place of understanding. Like, man, they're human, right? And you can't assume that people know. So that's why if I go into a hospital now, or if I encounter other nurses that don't know I'm a nurse, I kind of be like, what is happening in the field these days? And then when I see a nurse that I'll say is a good nurse, I'll be so happy to see it, you know. But we got to remember, to don't conform, be the change, fight the good fight. So y'all, I'm just mixing my onion and bell pepper. You see I'm kind of sprinkling in. And this is like nursing. You got your clean hand, you got your dirty hand. So look, everything is nursing brain, Lord. But again, it's a way of life in a way. It's one of those fields that once you know, you can't unsee, you can't unknow. So you kind of look at things different. I think about germs, you know. I'm like, no, I wear no shoes in my house. We ain't wearing no shoes in here. And then I grew up in a house where my grandmother was definitely like, no outside clothes on the bed. So if you don't went outside and said anywhere, you don't sit down anywhere, do not come in the house and get on the bed with them clothes. Take them clothes off. So I still honor those same type of values. You know, we can say old school, whatever it is. And then nursing, you nurse the same way. Oh my God, y'all, it is thundering. I mean, thundering. And thunder, I'm not afraid of thunder, but that lightning. The lightning, your sister gonna run. I can't stand, you know what, the only time I really don't like thunder too is when I'm driving. I can't stand to drive in thunder though. Like Texas, I remember when I first moved to Texas, I don't know why I felt like the sky was just lower there. But it's probably because everything is so flat. Georgia, you have trees and things like that, so it distorts the sound and stuff a little bit. But Texas, everything is just open. And I remember when the first like storm that I had, I wasn't used to flooding, hurricane season, none of that. I was like, oh my God, it was so loud. I remember like driving and kind of like flinching, and y'all, it was not safe. It was not safe, but I got used to it. But the thunder just seemed so loud there. I was like, dang. And lately, I feel like I done brought all the Texas weather here. We done had all kind of ice storms, all kind of stuff going on. But, you know, you adjust where you are. You know, adjusting to being back home. I'm loving it. Because remember, it's not where you are, it's you. It's your mindset. It's the way you choose to look at life. And y'all know I'm a woman that's gonna look for the good in it. I'm gonna make the best of it too. Make the best of it. Y'all, me and my gloves. My dog is like, he's not afraid of thunder. So we gotta make sure it's all seasoned and mixed well. So I'm actually kind of like squeezing now. Squeezing it. And it even start to smell real good. That's when you know you gotta season it right. I want me some dressing, y'all. I dang near want to cook a Sunday dinner. Father's Day is tomorrow. Are y'all planning any Father Day events or outings or anything like that? What y'all got planned for tomorrow? I'm waiting. Let's see what my dad got going on. See what my dad have going on. Which my father, he works a lot. Very hard working man. Yeah, this look like I'm about to make a meatloaf. You know, I'm gonna get I always get some parchment paper. And I like to roll the meatballs and place them on the parchment paper. Y'all might have just put these extra onions and bell pepper. There's no reason to hold them. And you know what? I'm going to tell y'all, in nursing, I am the nurse that's going to use up all the gloves, all the hand sanitizer, all the soap. Because I'm going to change gloves time and time again. Y'all see how many times I change the glove? 1, 2, 3. So just in the process of just mixing, I've changed. There are 3 pairs of gloves in that tray. So I'm the nurse that's gonna change gloves, okay? And I'm telling y'all too, if you in a hospital, clinic, wherever you are, make sure your nurses are washing their hands, using sanitizer, and changing their gloves. Don't let them come in no room with no gloves from you don't know where. Speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself. Don't let them touch your kids before they do some type of hand hygiene. Advocate for your children, advocate for yourself. Don't come in here with dirty hands that I don't know where you been. So it is okay. And if they got an attitude, that was, you know what, and that remind me, y'all, during the pandemic, it was the hardest time for me as a nurse to go out when I finally was able to go out again. And I would see people at the register, say a grocery store, with gloves on. So you're ringing up everybody's grocery with the same pair of gloves. So they gonna have their pork chops, their chicken, their strawberries, grapes, and all this stuff, and you're using the same gloves. I would, before they ring up my stuff, I would say, excuse me, can you change your gloves? They would look at me like I had 3 heads and be like, we don't want to, you know, like, just change your gloves. I even think, like, one person literally gave me, like, a verbal, like, pushback. Like, we don't want to change no gloves. I was like, listen, it's either you change your gloves or I'm just willing to walk away. Like, that's all it is too. It's very simple. But people don't understand with PPE, personal protective equipment, like gloves, they can cause more harm if you're not using them appropriately than you just using your hands and knowing that you need to go wash. People think because they have on gloves that they can keep the same pair of gloves on all day and they good. I'm protecting me at least, yeah, but you're spreading germs everywhere else. And more than likely, you touched something of yours with them same gloves that you've touched everything else with, including your phone, your purse, your bag, the doors, probably even wiped your nose. And you don't even know it because you're keeping on the same pair of gloves. So But that's the nurse out of me, y'all. And I be teaching my kids and stuff too. When you wash your hands, don't turn off that faucet in public with no with your hands that you just cleaned. Leave it running until you go get you a paper towel and turn it off with the paper towel.
I'm a straw.
You got a straw.
Yeah.
Y'all giggling and laughing. What are y'all doing?
Check out my button.
You're having a good time?
Yes.
Y'all ready to eat?
Yes.
Okay, we about to tear it up. How was that movie, Tiana? I was telling them about it.
Oh,
Sawtooth.
Platform?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
honestly,
I said Sawtooth. No.
I like Platform too. Honestly, I like the first one better. It made more sense.
Don't tell me that. Ah.
It's just. I'm not gonna say it, but the other one just doesn't make sense.
Okay, maybe you just don't understand it. So it give me hope. Tiana was like, it doesn't make sense, but I'm gonna see.
Because low-key,
'Cause-
if it was me, I'm low-key not signing up for no Platform.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Low-key with me, I will not.
Okay.
I need to see the bills and paper and the food on standby.
But most people don't even think, they assume that you're gonna have the food. They didn't know that was the extra little clause in there.
Ma, I already know if you were in Platform, you would have came with all your seasoning and everything. You would have had the steak on everything. Everybody would have been lining up, giving you money
I
to
would've
get
been,
some food. Yes.
period. I would be cooking and feeding everybody.
Honestly, if I'm on a Platform, I feel like would I survive it? Probably not.
You wouldn't survive.
No. It's
Would I survive? Well, I would be one on the side that's telling people just eat what you need, but it's always gonna be somebody like, I'm eating what I want. Yes, so
like, please eat what you want, please.
yes,
I'm like,
yes.
trying every day. If it was me and what's her
so
name?
I would. Y'all, I told you it's such a good movie. Y'all gotta check it out. Hey, sis, my sister in the house.
I know her.
So
Auntie?
yeah, auntie in the house. Yeah, auntie on the chat. Y'all, but y'all have to check it out. It's called Platform, and it's on it's on Netflix. And they have a part 2 now. You say it's a thriller?
Yeah, it's in the thriller. It's not really
I think
horror.
so. It's not horror, no.
No, it's thriller.
No, it's
I'm
not
not seeing
horror.
No.
You say what?
She can see.
You don't think, is it, what is it
Honestly,
rated?
she can see the second one for sure. The
What?
First one.
It's a lot of killing? Oh. Okay, well, mom's gonna see it first and then I'll make the decision. If not.
Okay, can I see
You
the
can
first
see
one?
the first one though, yeah. First one's not that bad.
I want to watch
Yeah.
it with Tina.
Okay.
It's
You
the
can watch
first
the
one takes
first
it by
one, I think.
surprise. It's like, it'd be like, oh, it's happy.
We'll see. Let
and then you
mom
just
see the
switch
rating on the
something.
second one though.
But
I'm finally going to watch the girl. Yes, girl, Straw. I was just talking about that on here. I said Straw is a must see, but you gotta have your tissue ready in hand because it was a tearjerker for me. And I think Tyler Perry was getting some backlash because of it, but I don't see nothing. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't see nothing wrong with it at all. I think it honestly depicted the reality of many women. So if you feel bad that people are or directors are showing that reality, then are you a part of the problem or are you a part of the solution? Like what's the problem? You know, and I think a lot of women are emotional about it because you can relate in some way, shape, form, or fashion to it. And it's life be life, and y'all. You never know when people are on that breaking point. So I like the movie. It's a must see. And I was talking about another movie Platform on Netflix as well. It's a really good one, and they finally have a Platform 2. And I watched that during the pandemic, so it literally took 5 years to get this movie. So, you know, I need to start making that rice after. So what I normally do is I'll get the meatballs on, and then I'll move on to making the rice, with the steamed rice. Making my steamed rice. Y'all, if y'all new to the chat, y'all give me a thumbs up on the video. And y'all, I guess I'm making them a little bit larger than I thought I would make them, but that's okay. Let me have one. Never mind. Tiana's eating olives. We love us some olives or pickles and all the above. In this house, we are a sour family. We like our pickles and olives. that. Making our meatballs. I should have made them a little bit smaller. Make this one a little bit smaller. Thank you, baby girl. Really? Not me smacking y'all. Y'all know it's about to storm. We should watch the movie together. Y'all wanna watch a movie on my bed?
The platform?
Wanna watch one?
Yeah.
One together?
Yeah.
I love watching movies with my babies. Watch a movie with my babies.
Get our blankets.
Get our period. That's a good night, ain't it?
Yeah.
My baby said get our plates, get our blankets. And that to me is a good Saturday night. Y'all, the older I get, y'all, honestly, I love being home. There is no place, I feel like Dorothy. There is no place like home. It's your place of peace, and that's what I hope it is for y'all and everybody. And then if you don't feel that way, you kind of gotta look and see what's holding up your peace. The world is hard enough, so to come home and still feel like it's not your place of peace, it can be too much. Divorce Sisters. Girl. What? Is it on Netflix? Divorce Sisters. I haven't even heard of that. Put me on to it. Y'all know we're gonna be sharing movies. Put me on to it. Oh yes, y'all. It's raining. I want to hear the rain. Okay, it's on Netflix. I'm gonna check it out. It sure am. Let me see. Y'all, okay, we're getting a little bit smaller with these meatballs. And I don't really roll them. Yeah, I just cup them and pat them. Cup and pat. This probably gonna be about 2 more. And then I eyeball them. They pretty much all the same size. We ain't gonna have much left over, so baby, we about to eat. Oh, on BT Plus. Okay. How the girls doing? They're doing good, y'all. We are happy to be out for the summer. I bet, right? Most of these kiddos want to be out for the summer. Give us moms a little break. Give us a little breaky break. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, I'm not gonna resize any of these. We good to go. All right. And any little leftover, I'm just stick it right on top. All right, and off with these gloves. All righty, let's keep it moving. Beautiful baby. Oh, Katie, how you been, girl? See, y'all slowly coming in. My A1s from day one. All right, so I'm gonna use this little bad boy right here. I'm gonna put some oil on the bottom of it. I'm gonna brown these meatballs up. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this vegetable oil in the bottom of the pan. A little bit of vegetable oil. And I keep it kind of shallow. I don't need a whole lot. So we're gonna see how that coverage is. I wish I could listen to music. Y'all know, normally I am a cook and music woman, but y'all know how YouTube is with the music and the copyright. But your sister normally be jamming. I like to cook and jam out. Oh, is the rain over? I want it to be raining when I'm ready to lay down and watch a movie with my babies. Is this the right one? I think it is. I have like 2 little electric little cords, but one go to another griddle, but we can make it work. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit more oil in the pan. beautiful look at your face. Thank you, girl. Y'all know we gotta take care of ourselves. And this mama do just that, y'all. Balance. Remember, balance is key. And doing what you can do and the stuff that you can't, why worry about it? But taking care of you is definitely one of them. So, y'all know I'm gonna make sure I'm taking care of me. But I definitely miss y'all. And y'all, I feel like, why I feel like if I'm sitting down, I feel like the people on 600-pound life that's frying chicken in the bed. Uh-oh, my moo-moo's choking me. I don't know why I'm feeling that way. 600-pound life over here. Beautiful, look at the face, yeah. I appreciate y'all. And y'all, I don't know why I have this one little net and he's about to, I'm really about to go crazy. One little net, where did you even come from? Me, I'm a woman that I can't stand flies. I can't stand nothing that I gotta watch out for my food or my drink in a house that they not paying bills for. Like fly, you gotta get out of here. Net, whatever, you can't stay here. All right, so I've already done my, I'm gonna slide this forward a little bit too because I don't want to be frying directly in my face now. We don't want no viral moments for the wrong reason. Let's see. It's a whole job. And I'm telling you, you gotta sit down for this one. Then I gotta watch it and turn it so it don't burn. Turn, don't burn. They don't pay the rent, okay, girl? That's how I be feeling. I be like, you cannot stay here being a nuisance in the pit. You don't pay no bills up here. You got to go. But, bam. I'm gonna show y'all I can show y'all my meatballs. I told you I put it on like parchment paper. Let me put these knives up out the way. Save the fur. But you know what, y'all? I want some ice cream or something. Something sweet. All right. So my meatballs, and I did pretty good of making them all the same size. And I'm telling you, mamas, we know how to eyeball stuff. I tell you, y'all know we get used to eyeballing. So I wait for the oil to warm up, and then I put them. I need to find the lid because one thing they're gonna sizzle. And like I said, I'm up here with the front row seat to the sizzle, so I don't want to be burnt up. They're hot, y'all. Okay. Dang, those are close. Eyeballing, but you know what? Too, you have your dishes that you perfect after a while because you get so used to making them. That's what my kids love. They love my meatballs and gravy, girl. It hurts Tiana. She's like, Mama, we about to get our blankets. We about to have our plate of food, and we about to eat and watch us a movie. And y'all, now the sun is coming out and everything, so it's like, oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 5:05. Okay, it is getting, it's winding down. I was about to say, it was gloomy at first, like we was about to head towards the dang nighttime. And then after it rained for a hot little second, then it started getting all, now it's all sunny again. But it's that Georgia weather. Okay, so it smells like it's heating up pretty fast. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, my God. It's almost too hot. Let's bring it back down. Y'all know you can smell the heat coming off of it. So, let's see. Gloomy over here in Jersey, too. Oh, Jersey. Okay. Girl, gloomy. Okay. Nice. That's what I like to hear. That nice, slow sizzle. You don't want to put it in there and it's like too hot. And then too, you know what? I forgot. I do the meatballs a little bit larger because once you start cooking them, they shrink too. So we'll do our meatballs. And I turned the heat down on them anyway. What I do is I go ahead and I brown them good, and then I take them out, and then I start browning my onions so I can make some gravy. We'll make our gravy from scratch. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look at it. It's almost like the perfect amount. Like, boom, that's all. That's it, and that's all. Boop, 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 boop. That's it, that's all. So, there we go. I do have my lid, but Like I said, we're gonna make sure that we're letting them brown, and then we're gonna turn them. Turn them, don't burn them. I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit more because I still want to hear like a nice active sizzle in there. It's hurricane season in Florida, raining every day. Oh my gosh. And we have been in Georgia getting, I think, the rain and things from that's coming from down there too. But what I do say is like it rained, and like right now is that sunny. So it rained and then the rain goes away. Rain, go away. Come again another day. So y'all know the yard people are like, oh, you know what? While we're doing that, I do need to do the rice, which I'll probably do 2 cups of rice. 2 cups of rice. So hold on. Let me get my measuring cup. Because that rice is something that y'all I have perfected over the years. Y'all know that rice isn't not everybody can make that rice. And y'all, I do not see the measuring cup. So am I about to eyeball it? I think I am. We're about to eyeball it, y'all. Is the power on this? Oh no. Look, it literally came out of the socket. See? I'm like, why is it not sizzling? Okay. You can hear it ramping back up. Okay, there we go. Put the lid on that. We got the temperature back up. We're good there. The rice, I'm using my jasmine rice. Gold Star rice. Like I said, I'm doing 2 cups. Maybe 2's enough. 2 cups of rice. And I do rinse my rice, y'all. But I don't judge you if you don't. To each his own. I got my way. Everybody got their own way of doing things. I'm looking for my measuring cup. Y'all know the kids, when they do dishes, they don't put stuff back in the right place or the same place like we do. And I like to use my measuring cup when I'm doing my rice, so I'm devastated right now. Leah! Have you seen the measuring cup? And I'm like, no, Mom, you don't know what I'm doing. Let's see if I have another. Leah, have you seen the measuring cup? The sun is back out, I know. The weather's up and down. Leah's like, Mama, how did you do that? It went from like dark and gloomy and stormy to like, you just gonna roll with it. You see how I don't see it anywhere. But weird. Yeah, weird. Did y'all break it? You just dropped it or something? How do you know it's indestructible unless you dropped it before?
Hey, Mia, stop questioning me.
Period. Thank you, baby love. Alright, so baby girl found it.
I'll go get some sauce.
Got some socks on. Right, you ready to eat?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go watch that movie.
Ready to watch the movie?
Yeah. It's probably a rainbow outside.
You think it's a rainbow? Yeah. What do you believe at the end of the rainbow? You think it's a pot of gold? You think it's happiness at the end of the rainbow or a pot of gold?
Happiness.
Okay.
The only reason why I think it's like not a pot of gold is because like you actually follow the rainbow. It ends nowhere. No, it ends like at a dry grass spot.
Oh, like a field or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then it travels to another field. That's how it
Oh,
goes.
okay.
So it doesn't really end with nothing. It just you just happen to see the rainbow.
Oh, so that's why happiness is at the end. I love that. Good job, Will. I love that. My baby said it's just the beauty at the end of it, so that's why there's happiness at the end of the rainbow. Alright, so basically I did like 3.5 cups. And you know what? That's that sizzle boil that I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip and rotate the meatballs.
And you can see the steam. Is that grease? No, that's oil.
It's oil, but
Vegetable.
the meatballs give kind of they let off a little bit too. And we're gonna go ahead and turn them. Don't burn them. Alright. Get them a little bit closer to the center. And then we're just gonna go ahead and cover them up. Like I said, I rinse my rice, so we're about to rinse this rice. Rinse, 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 rinse. Rinse and repeat. And y'all, I ended up having to rinse my rice like
2.
no, I'm some more than twice.
10.
Probably.
Ooh, my God, that's awesome. It doesn't take long, does it?
You say what?
It doesn't really take long.
To rinse the rice.
Yeah. Medium is.
I don't want to say it doesn't take long to rinse the rice. It's just you just repeating the same process over and over and over and over and over again.
Just keep swimming.
So,
Just keep swimming.
We're going to rinse.
Hey,
We're gonna
just
rinse our
keep
rice.
swimming, just keep
I'm trying to give y'all a
swimming, keep swimming.
make sure I'm bringing my peoples with me while we rinse our rice. All right. So while the meatballs are going, we're gonna go ahead and get our rice on. So I'm gonna start by rinsing my rice first. And I literally just kind of wave it around. So what I like to look for is like my water. I want to be able to kind of see through the water. You see on that first rinse, very cloudy. You can't see the rice to the bottom, so we'll rinse it starch off. And then you try not to lose your rice in the process of doing this. I swear it's a talent now. And y'all, I remember for the longest, I could not do steamed rice. I would always buy the Uncle Ben's rice in the bag. And that's what I said, I don't do it. Nobody, we all start somewhere. And then I finally was like, no, I'm going to keep doing it until I get it right. And I finally found my rhythm in making rice. So you see we on rinse number 2. Still cloudy. I'll pour it off. And not everybody rinse the rice, you know. And you know, it's a personal preference. Personal preference. That's why I said it's not a right or wrong way. Everybody do it the way they want to do it. So. Cooking is a skill, I'm telling you. And especially when you, like, depending on what you're cooking too, like, it's such a process. Like, you can be in the kitchen for hours because you may be cooking a dish that the meat has to literally boil and you need a broth from it, and cooking can be a whole all-day event. That's why now looking at the things that my grandmother used to cook, and now when I cook it, I'm like, dang, you leave the kitchen to your neck and your back. You know, standing on your feet. That's why you see I got my chair in here like 600-pound life. I'm gonna sit down, baby. I'm gonna do it sitting down. This ain't like on a job where you gotta stand up. Can't have no chair. So what was that? Our third rinse. That was our third rinse. And now, honestly, it's getting a lot. Okay, I can see through it now. So definitely, we're getting there. And I remember somebody like, you know, you don't want to over rinse the rice either. So I was like, dang, you can under rinse, over rinse. There's too much going on. But some people naturally love to cook. You know what? Some people do. You're right. Some people naturally love to cook and some don't. And that's why I say I do not judge. It's not for everybody. Like me, baking, you're not going to be just saying baking no pies and cakes. And like, you got to love to do that stuff. And that has never been a thing of mine. So y'all see, I don't do that much. If I do sweets, you see I do stuff that's outside of the box. I don't just be up in here caking it up and baking and I'd rather go and get on the grill than before I bake a cake. But that's just me. But you're right, you gotta love to do it. Some people, it's just not their thing. It is not their thing, and that is okay. That's right. Don't go marry no man that wants to be Miss Buttersworth and cooking cakes and stuff, and that ain't your thing. So be straight up frank, like, look, sir, I don't cook or I don't bake. That's not my thing. And then sometimes they can teach you. Look, Leah about to come over here with some. What's that, Leah? Show them. What is that?
It's dark chocolate fudge brownie mix.
So it's some brownies.
Yep, that's what you know.
Yes. You know what? And then I bought it for y'all to cook. I ain't bad for me to cook.
Oh, which one could this
Oh, you can cook it whenever you want, baby.
Yeah.
So whenever you read the instructions on the box and you ready to give it a go, baby, let's go. I told y'all I don't like to bake. That's not my thing.
Okay, we gotta bake you a meal.
I'll put some cookies in the oven though. I'll do that.
Yeah, she'll do that.
3 times got your cute fish at home for summer. Yes. Oh, I'm telling you, Navy, you gotta cook. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself ordering food. You know, ordering out. All right, so that's about where I want to put my rice. I mean, my water ratio.
Ooh,
So,
we gotta use this
see-
something about to expire.
see, I about to say check the expiration date on that those brownies because they have not been cooked. When does it expire?
August 29, 2005. 25.
August. Oh yeah, we need to cook them.
Okay, we gotta
Okay,
cook
y'all,
you a meal
so-
then.
You gotta cook what, mommy?
A meal.
You just cook your.
Dessert.
Y'all can cook it
I'm gonna cook it.
whenever you and your sister ready. Y'all can have it.
I'm gonna cook it.
All right, so in my rice, what I like to do, you gonna cook it with mommy?
No, I'm gonna cook by myself. This by myself. And I'm gonna make chicken.
You gonna make some chicken and brownies?
Yes. No, chicken, yellow rice, collard greens. Then the finisher is the brownie.
Period. And make sure you invite your mama for dinner that day.
Of course, I'm gonna do it when you get off.
Hand me the oil, mommy.
Olive.
The oil, the one that's on the floor. All right, so in my rice, I do like a cap of oil and a little bit of salt. I stir it one time, and I put the lid on it. And the lid, and I literally bring it to a boil. And once it starts boiling, I take it all the way down, and I don't open it. I just leave it on so it can steam.
Oil and water don't mix.
Right, it just keep your rice from being sticky. So that's one of my secret recipes. So y'all know we eyeball, we don't measure.
No measurement.
Ain't no measuring. Just do a little itty bitty bit of salt. And then rice, y'all know, make it stay. You need your lid. So let me go find the lid. All right, so we have our lid. So it's on. I do need to stir it. Like I said, that's the only time I stir it. I leave it alone. Other than that, I literally bring it to a boil. Give it a little stir. Add that oil and the salt. Bring it to a boil and let it steam its way through. And that's how I do my steamed rice. Now we're gonna go back over and check on our meatballs, because we got to make sure that we're turning them so we don't burn them. Turn, don't burn. And I'm going to sit back in my chair Y'all know this mama's time. So, uh-oh. She got this cake out. She's ready to make these brownies. Y'all see how they kind of like shrink? So we're gonna go ahead and rotate them to the other side. Rotate, rotate, rotate. And after I finish rotating this time, I'm gonna go ahead and start dicing up my onions for my gravy. I like a lot of onions for my gravy. Onions. See what I'm saying? It's storming and it's like sunny again outside. So and they said there's happiness at the end of the rainbow. Alright. So let's put the lid back on that guy. And we move it to the side. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and cut my onions. We're gonna dice up our onions for our homemade gravy. Cooking is a whole job. Yes, y'all. Taz, stop getting up there. Like, literally, y'all, my Yorkie, I'm about to get rid of his butt. Hey, honey, if you have a plate and you step away to even get you a napkin, baby, he is about to take your food. Your food is going to be gone. Like, he be waiting for his moment. So, I'm going to just use the other half of my onion. And for my, y'all, I remember for the longest, y'all used to use that Heinz gravy, which I still, shout out to Heinz. I use it if I'm in a pinch. But this time I was like, I don't know how to make no homemade gravy. And again, you gotta just start somewhere. That's the thing about cooking. You just gotta start. You just gotta get going and practice. And practice makes progress. Because I remember, y'all, the first meal I called myself making was my mom used to make, my biological mom used to make chicken broccoli casserole, and I used to love it. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm in college. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make my mom's dish. I'm gonna make the chicken broccoli cheese casserole. So I went to the grocery store. I bought some chicken breasts. I bought some white rice, and I don't even know if I bought broccoli. I don't remember if I bought broccoli or not. It was so long ago. But I just remember, y'all, having white rice, and I didn't even have the right like pots and pans. So I had a skillet with the handle and everything on it. And I was like, okay, put the rice in, put the water in the skillet, put the raw chicken breast on top, and season it and put it in the oven. Y'all, and this was a meal that I was preparing for like me and somebody else. And y'all, I remember him eating it and was like, okay, it ain't that bad. But that rice, hey, how you doing? That rice, y'all, was not done all the way. Lord, that chicken, I don't even know that chicken was done. But I'm just saying, like, so you see, your sister have came a long way. So wherever you are, just keep cooking. Just keep trying. Keep on trying. That's what I'm going to say. You know, remember, and don't be afraid to try new things either. Try new dishes. You get tired too sometimes of cooking the same old. Cooking the same old. But my grandmother, like I said, all her stuff was from scratch. So growing up, I really didn't eat like microwave food. My grandma didn't buy that because she was more from old school. I'm from Georgia, okay. She cooked things from scratch, you know. So I didn't grow up eating like box or microwave macaroni and things like that. We were eating like turkey wings, collard greens, lima beans, baked beans, black eyed peas. My grandmother, and she knew I love her fried chicken, y'all. That's why I Cluck, cluck, cluck. I'm gonna turn into a chicken. But I grew up eating like home cooked meals. Even in the morning time, my grandmother would get up, even if it's just some sausage and toast. She's gonna give you something to go out of that house with. Like that was her thing. Making sure that, you know, you have something to start your day. And that's what influenced me as the mom that I am, you know, making sure my kids eat before school. And I don't mind getting up cooking them a meal. You know, if time permits. And I'm not saying that they gotta be the gold standard. I ain't saying that. Moms, times have changed. We have jobs, we got all kinds of stuff. We'll be working more than one. So do what you can do. Hey, I missed y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all make sure y'all come in, show me some love, give me a thumbs up. Yes, I miss y'all so much. That's why I said I'm so happy to come on, but like I told you, go at your pace. You know, the ones that are there for you, they're gonna be there when you're ready to come back and when you need to come back. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all that's on the live with me and the ones that's been rocking with me for a very long time, y'all. I appreciate you. And this is gonna be my my onions for my gravy. I kind of just did them a little bit. They're not diced. They're more like the half circles. That's what I'm gonna say, half circle. And then remember, that's what you do. You fry them. You fry your onions in a little bit of your oil. And it's okay if you kind of have like kind of that black kind of seasoning or whatever on the bottom of your pan. Make the gravy good and give it some flavor. Oh, you know what? I bought some type of gravy seasoning or something in the store. I was like, what is this? Let me try it. Let me see. I'm going to find it and show y'all. But I'm just turning these meatballs. And I like all my meat to have a nice little, they need to have some color to it, some coating on it. I'm good. Make sure they done. And then when I finally get them to that point where they're ready to come off, I'll take them off and then I'll go in with my onions. And then I have our rice on the back stove. And remember I told you I bring my rice up to a boil, a quick boil, and then I bring it down. I reduce the heat and let it steam through. So I'm gonna take a look. And our rice is definitely boiling. I'm gonna put a little bit more water in there, y'all. I like to at least still see the water in there. So I'll put a tad bit more water in there. Let that still boil. Let it do its thing. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all that gravy stuff that I'm talking about. I went to the store and I was like, what is this? Okay. Flavor Master Gravy Master, grilling, seasoning, and cooking. Fits any protein or vegetable. How do you use it? When I saw Gravy Master, I was like, what? Let me see. Have y'all seen this stuff before? Bourbon, pineapple, steak seasoning, peppercorn. I wonder what color. Is it burnt? I guess it's like a browning almost. It don't have no instructions, y'all. Flavor Master. Gravy Master. Let's open it and see what it looks like. Let's take a look. Y'all, because y'all know I'm old school. I'd rather just do things from scratch. But I saw it and I was like, let me see what it's about. Let me see. Dang. Let's not break a nail and end up at the nail shop over gravy. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if I can take it out. Okay, so let me help myself out. Oh, that was scary. Don't cut yourself. Okay. Make sure this thing is still on. Oh. Yeah, it's like a browning. I wonder, is it meant to be like Genie in a bottle, fit any vegetable or protein? Y'all, what is this? That's for making homemade gravy. So that's what I'm making. So at what step do I put it in? Is it just to make the gravy browner? Maybe should I taste it? Let me see. Will it taste it? It tastes like a teriyaki to me or something. It tastes kind of sweet. Let me wash my hands. Hold on, y'all. I don't know. It tastes like a teriyaki sauce. I think if anything, it's gonna give your gravy maybe a little color to it. So, okay. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so we still have water in our inside of our rice. All right, let me take a look at our meatballs. Let me bring it back where y'all can see. Gotta let my family see what's going on. And Leah left this brownie out. I am not making brownies, y'all. I'll bake some cookies, but Mama is not. You know what? My grandmother used to, her thing was sweet potato pies. But my grandmother wasn't big into like baking all these pies and cakes and stuff either. So her thing was making homemade biscuits, which I will start. I'm going to start trying to make my grandmother's homemade biscuit recipe, but she wasn't doing a whole lot of baking either. My grandma was straight up cooking. All right. Okay, so we're getting a nice little color going on. Like I said, I don't mind a little char on there. I like mine well done. But we're gonna turn them on all sides. Make sure you guys are done. But they're literally almost ready to come off. I'm gonna go ahead and grab something to put them on. And then we're gonna start focusing on this gravy. This here gravy. Y'all know we from the South. We make our homemade gravy. That's what us Southern people sound like, huh? And y'all coming from Houston, I swear, I have been just Georgia done brought back the Southern accent even more. Like, normally people can't really, I used to come back and visit Georgia. Like, where you from? I'm like, I'm from here. And now I just hear Southern Belle all through my accent now. It done came back. Being home now, I'll be here, almost a year. All right, so I'm liking these meatballs. I'm gonna go ahead and take them off because y'all know we put them back in once the gravy. I just want to make sure that they're nice and brown. No pink spots on them nowhere. But you don't want to dry your meatballs out either. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these bad boys off and get our onions in here. And then remember that gravy is about cutting those onions up, getting that flavor. And then kind of getting the I have some beef broth too. I'll use that instead of water. Uh-oh. Be careful, y'all. Make sure you take your time. See, I'm trying to take two at a time when I can just do one at a time. We ain't no rush. Don't burn ourselves. Okay, there we are. And then you see I have the oil. I may take a little oil out. And then, because I don't want my gravy being too oily. I'm kind of taking some of these onions and bell peppers. Onions and bell peppers in there as well. You can ring my bell. Y'all know I'll be cooking and having my music, but I've been enjoying being on live with y'all. Trying to be careful not to burn myself. Ouch, now that popped. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my onions. Look, I said my onions. Yes, that many onions, y'all. Which is like a half an onion. Throw in my onion. Then I'm gonna go in with my flour. And then my beef broth. And then we're gonna try this gravy mess. So we're gonna see what it's talking about. And I'll let y'all know how that go. But, so remember, you want to brown your onions really good. Then we'll go on with our flour. Remember, you kind of want to deglaze the bottom of the pan so that kind of stuff from the bottom of the pan. This is just time to kind of get that off too. So our onions are already browning nicely. And I'm gonna get my flour. And y'all, I like to use the seasoned flour. Kentucky Colonel. I love. This is what I use to even fry my chicken. I've been using this to fry my chicken probably for the last 2 years. You can find it at Walmart for sure. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my beef broth. I see chicken broth. Where's my beef broth? Alright, so I had to go get my beef broth. So we got our onions. We want to get them nice and brown. Our onions. Oh, y'all got a good view. Y'all know I'm all about giving y'all the right view. Okay. Alright, so we have our onions here and we're browning them. And then we're going to bring in our flour. And like I said, this is seasoned flour. I literally have already been using it, as you can see. And then remember, you start small. Don't go and put a whole lot in there. A little bit at a time. Because y'all know it's hard to get that flour to mix. If you go in with too much at once. Hard to get those clumps out. Go in with a little bit more flour. And gravy, like I told you, I used to use a can of gravy until I finally started being like, let me try it. Don't get discouraged if the first time you try it, it ain't good. You gotta keep on trying. Keep on trying. So this is gonna thicken it up, and then I'll start going in with my beef broth. Then we're gonna use that gravy master and see what it's talking about. Remember, kind of deglazing the bottom of the pan too. So with gravy, you kind of gotta keep it stirring, keep stirring. Those onions are gonna help give it a nice brown color. I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit more. Let it brown up a little bit more. It smells good, y'all. I'm gonna check on the rice really quick too. Yes, and yes on the rice. It's steaming nice. Nice. So I just kind of took it off the heat too. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my beef broth now. Take one step back. And then for my gravy, I like a good amount because I want it to be able to actually cover my, to be able to cover the meatballs. So, a little bit at a time. Remember to stir. And then you start seasoning too. So you'll come back and start seasoning. Hey, I'm cooking meatballs and gravy over steamed rice. You know, we gotta do our homemade gravy. Nice and slow on adding the broth, but I'm gonna go in and start seasoning now too, my gravy. So, pour some seasoning with some black pepper. I'm gonna back the temperature down just a little bit on it, y'all. As you see, the minute I stop stirring, it's getting hangry. It's getting nice and angry. It's starting to bubble. So, let's go ahead and season our gravy. Like I said, I use black pepper, salt. And y'all know ain't no measurements. We eyeball and then we taste. Eyeball and taste. And remember, I'd rather add a little bit at a time. Or you can always add more than if you overdo it. Overdo it, it's done. Let me go rinse this on. You overdo it, it's done. Stir it. It's good, y'all. So remember, I do want a pretty good amount of gravy because I wanted to cover the meatballs, and then we have our rice. So I love me some gravy on my rice. Sounds real good on this rainy day. Okay, girl, it was raining and thundering. Me and the girls were like, we about to fix us a plate of food and lay in the bed and watch us a movie and eat. And now the sun is all shining. So what we're gonna do is turn the blinds up. Y'all know about turning the blinds up. And then from there, we're gonna proceed to the plan, which is to eat and watch us a movie. Which now I would probably get a whisk just because I don't want the gravy to be kind of clumpy. So this is the part where you gotta be careful. You don't want your gravy to have those flour clumps in it. So I definitely can get the whisk at this point. But here I am doing it the hard way. You don't want your gravy to have clumps of flour in it. But the overall taste of it was really good. Okay, let me get the whisk. Hold on, y'all. And sometimes what I'll do too, like if I know I want to add more flour to it, I'll actually start scooping some of the gravy out and into like the measuring cup that I have, and I'll add the flour in that, like a smaller amount, whisk it real good, and then pour it back in to thicken up my gravy. Because this, you kind of chasing the dang little clumps of flour around. But you see it has that nice brown gravy color. And like I said, I do want more gravy, so I'm gonna pour more of the beef broth in there, and I'll probably go ahead and season a little bit more too. Whisking it around. If I see little gravy clumps, flour clumps, that's what I'm doing. Bringing it to a boil. But y'all, that's how you make that homemade gravy. And you know what? We didn't even use the Gravy Master seasoning stuff yet. So let's go ahead and season a little bit more. And y'all, I'm a pepper woman. I'm such a pepper woman. Remember, we're gonna eyeball it. Y'all know we good at eyeballing stuff now. Bring it to a boil. And I'm gonna try a little bit of this gravy seasoning stuff. So let's see, y'all. Like I said, to me, if anything, it's just gonna make your gravy darker. But the taste almost tastes like teriyaki to me. So I'm not gonna put a whole lot. Let's see. I told y'all to make it darker. Okay. And I told y'all what we're gonna do if I want to thicken it up. So I'm probably gonna take a little bit out and pour the flour in there, and then I'll put it back in. So I do want a little bit thicker consistency with my gravy. Yeah, so I added a little bit. To me, it just made it a little bit darker. I'm sure it's gonna do something to the flavor of it as well, because it has its own little flavor in there. So I'm going to scoop a little bit out and mix in a little bit more of that. And I normally would use the measuring cup, but my measuring cup I've already used it. Which is actually, I mean, it's not that, I like a little bit thicker in my gravy. Alright, so as you see, put it in there. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour the flour mix in. And like I said, I'm not putting a whole lot. Let's see how much I put in there. And then I'm going to use the whisk to mix it. Oh, it's super thick, y'all. I just used the entire thing of beef broth. Turn the heat back up just a hair. So whistling around. Like I said, I normally use the measuring cup, but let's go. Y'all know we know how to, either way, we're gonna get it done. Mixing it up. Mixing it. See, so it's a little bit thicker. Pour it back in. It's a workout. So you being in the kitchen is a workout. And yes, it's easy to go get a jar of gravy, but hey, why not get in that kitchen and make it do what it do? So I'm gonna have to spend a little time stirring. Then we're gonna get our meatballs back in here and see. And I'm about to sit on down, sit on down. Stir it on up. Stir it. And like I said, I wanted extra gravy for our rice. So that's what we're doing. And I still have some more gravy in there. In the inside of the cup. There we go. Whisking it up. Yeah, people be questioning why a woman ain't in the kitchen just cooking from scratch every day of the week. Imagine working your job and coming home every day trying to cook from scratch. That's how we go our go-to quick meals. For me, spaghetti. Which this one doesn't take long. I mean, it's just like I said, I'm choosing to do the gravy, you know. And I don't mind, because the baby when it's done, it's done. My babies love it though. There we go. Just making sure all the flour is mixed. You don't want no clumps of flour in there. And so I'll chop it as well. And then mix it up. Alright, and I'm gonna add a little bit more into this cup so I can mix it. See, now this is a nice consistency now. It's not too watery. It's enough that it'll sit on top of the rice. You don't want your gravy just to totally fall through. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix it a little bit more. And what we're gonna have for dessert. Salute to my mom and I tell you. But where there's a will, there's a way. We're gonna make it happen. At all times, because again, he won't put you through it if he don't think he can bring you through it. Then your babies, they be seeing, to me, your kids see the effort. You know, and they like, dang, mama tired, but mama, she come home, she cook. Mama's tired, but mama gonna take us, you know, she gonna take us where she said she gonna take us, you know. So y'all don't hide it from your kids. Let them see it. But remember, kids are always watching too, so they know. My grandma, she always say that. So this one is getting better. I don't want to put in there too many clumps in it. By the time I put this one in, I'll be ready to get my meatballs back in. And I normally just let them kind of sit and marinate in there for about an extra 10 minutes. And I'll be ready to plate the food. And these kids are like, Mama, when is the food? Is it ready, Mama? Is it ready? Okay, y'all. Now that's all of it. And it's back in there. And I'm very happy with the consistency of it. Now let's get our meatballs back in there. Like I said, that gravy master stuff, to me, all it did was add like a little bit extra color to your gravy. I could do without it. See, I told y'all those meatballs, they shrink. They seemed like it was like a large size at first. That's why I end up going a little bit larger than what I probably would think. And then what I do is I take it and I kind of pour the gravy on them too. Bring it back to a boil. So I'll bring up the heat just a little bit. And I'm gonna pour it over. And then let it soak up all those flavors and the gravy. And that's why you don't want to dry your meatballs out either. You want to cook them just right. Y'all, I wish I could smell this. Really, I wish I could taste it. So that's how we make our meatballs and our homemade gravy. And I'm going to show y'all what that rice is looking like after. How many times did I rinse it? Like 6 or 7, I think. 6 or 7 times on the rice. So good and full. Yes, I told you, girl, they already mapped it out. They was like, Mama, we want to watch a movie with you, and we want our plate of food. So that's what we gonna do. Do what my babies want to do, and they're gonna be full and happy. I bet they're gonna say, thank you, Mama. Damn. And now I can start putting. I normally clean as I go, but when I'm on live, I don't like to keep walking away on y'all too much, but I normally clean as I go, so I can get ready to plate your food. I'm going to just put them in some new sink. I'll be right back. And I love this flour stuff. This is my favorite. I'll cover it, and I'm going to turn them down just a little bit now, because I want them to kind of simmer in the gravy, not, I don't want nothing to burn. Nothing to burn. And I'm going to go ahead and see what kind of plate I'm going to use. Which I'll probably use a bowl. A bowl. We'll use a bowl. And what I normally do with the rice, yeah, look at that rice. It looks good. Let me see if I have my rice. There's like a specific little rice thing I normally use, but whatever. Let's go with it. And with your rice, you want to kind of fluff. You don't want to really like smush your rice. Fluff your rice around. You don't want to kind of. See, that was like 3 cups of rice, y'all, and there's a lot of rice in here. I cooked like 3 cups. I'm glad I didn't cook 4. And I normally, when I plate their food, I'll put it in some kind of, like, I may like do a little, like something like that. But this one can be for me, because I know they're going to want more than that, baby. They're going to be like, Mama, come with it. Go big or go home. Don't play. So we got our rice and our gravy. Then go ahead and put it. Which I want the gravy. Yes, Lord, yes. So I think I'll do it with like three meatballs. Oh, I'm glad I didn't sling out. So I'm gonna turn it down just for one. I'll give them 3 meatballs. And a plate full of gravy. Y'all know I'm an extra mom, so we just gonna make my baby's plate look extra nice. With a little parsley on it. And that's my plate. Let me get another plate. My dog like, where my plate? Texas. I like that gravy at the bottom. Put that gravy on there. And then put their meatballs. Y'all, I sit up here and said something about leftovers. It's like 4 meatballs left. So, yeah, I need to be thinking about what I'm cooking tomorrow. Because they're probably gonna be like, Mama, I have another meatball. And that's what Mama gonna give. And watch this. Watch the first thing that my baby say. I bet they're gonna be like, thank you, Mom. Watch. Girls! Food's ready. Y'all want a spoon or fork? Here you go, Mama Love. Hold the outside. It's hot at the bottom.
Thank you.
Welcome, baby love.
gloves.
Thank you.
Welcome, baby love. And there we are, y'all. So we are about to eat meatballs and gravy over steamed rice on this Saturday. Thank y'all for joining me on the live. Again, y'all, I work today on more content, so definitely more content coming y'all way. And thank y'all for being a part of my internet family. And, you know, like I said, my A1s from day one, y'all are still here. I can count on y'all. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Enjoy your Saturday, y'all. We finna eat. Now I'm finna get into bed and rub my feet together. If you know what that means, you know what that means. Bye, y'all. See you in the next one.